any of the land on east or west of the gravel road can be developed into single-family lots?
If it's a public municipal roadway, there are possibilities that land can be further subdivided on the east side. Dominic has not had a full-blown wetland delineation done on the west side, so I couldn't tell you today whether or not lots could be further subdivided on the west side without that delineation.
Other comments or questions? Monica?
Jane, how many other roads in the village are greater than 800 feet from the nearest intersection? I know we talked about this about a month and a half ago, and giving another variance for the orchard. And now we're discussing a variance for this subdivision.
I think we came up with maybe 20 to 30.
That are this long.
Mhm. Again, all of those other roads are existing village roads that don't have any type of turnaround at the end of them. Most of them don't. They just terminate, and they're much narrower. The difference here is that we're also requiring that residential sprinkler systems be installed in every single one of the homes, which is a significant upgrade to a protection system in each of these homes.
Okay, thank
And
you.
maybe the fire chief could address that further, if you'd like him to.
Bob?
Gene, can you tell me why we're referring to this as variance to the cul-de-sac? Shouldn't it be a temporary variance, from what I understand, that it would become a through road when it is developed to the south, so it would be temporary?
It is considered temporary, and I think on a number of the papers, I did identify it as temporary.
Thank you.
Mike?
Gene, if the gravel road were to be turned into a village-approved right-of-way, like a street, would a variance be even needed for this?
Yes, because we still have that, that distance, because that's why I gave you so many different distances. It's still, because of the length all the way down to the end of 24th Avenue, I believe it still would need a variance, and I will take a look at that real quick.
It's 1,300 feet, Gene.
I'm sorry, 1,300?
1,300.
1,300 feet, so it'd still be 500 feet.
Steve?
I got a question for Jane. Jane, since when they got to have a sprinkler system in single residential?
I'm sorry,
Sprinklers.
We haven't required that,
we've never required that.
We never did before.
Never.
no, but
No.
as far as mitigating the length of the cul-de-sac, the water main, it just provides some added protection for both the homeowners that are gonna be there, as well as the fire department. That we're not gonna be able to loop that main, until that development proceeds in that area. Right now, we don't have any current plans, so this would provide additional fire protection over and above what we do normally. But yeah, I don't believe there's no other place that's single-family sprinklers.
That's what I asked.
Mike?
If I could ask a member of the audience a question. Sue or Dick, is there any plans of developing anything south of this area in the near future?
Might want to know if you're planning it in the near future. Mike,
They want to know if you're going to develop the
your
property.
land right away. Not in the right near future.
Not in the near future.
Not right away.
Okay.
No.
Let the record show that the responded to that, not.
That was Sue Safdie that responded on behalf of Dick Stiles. Okay, thank you.
Other comments, questions? Otherwise, do we have a motion on item B?
Motion to grant the variance?
Second. Motion by Clyde, second by Mike. Further discussion on this item? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Okay. That being the only item for public hearings, we'll move on to item.
Item B,
I'm sorry.
Mr. Chairman, I approve of the conceptual plan.
Second.
Motion and second for approval of conceptual plan.
Subject to all the comments and conditions.
Okay, subject to comments. Any discussion on this item? Hearing none, those in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carries.
Thank you.
That brings us to item 6, citizens' comments.
There were no sign-ups tonight, Mr. President.
Brings us to item 7, administrative report.
Mr. President, wanted to provide the board with information on a notice that's gone out to residents in the 80th and 82nd vicinity of Cooper Road. We're going to be having it's involved with the 80th Street extension. There's a public information meeting on Tuesday, April 29th, over a week from now, at 6 p.m. regarding this planned extension of the improvements. The plans for the extension of 80th Street have been incorporated in the commercial planning district since 1957. It's been a long-awaited roadway improvement. As time's gone on and there's been more development in that area, we've been working on the 60th Street extension, which is critical in that area. The other one would be the next year, the planned improvements to 85th Street through the CHIP grant that we received from the state. This project is being funded out of capital improvement program, also by special assessment revenues collected from the properties that live there. We have been acquiring right-of-way to complete 80 extension. As time's gone on, we've acquired moved a home or taken it down, had another bill. We've acquired strips of property over time as it's been possible to do that. So we've been working on this probably in small efforts over the last 10 years. Volume of traffic traveling east and west on 80th Street, east of Cooper Road in the village and city exceeds the capacity of the existing streets and intersections. Many of these roads, Cooper Road, 82nd Street, 80th between Cooper Road and the city limits are all the rural residential profile roads, and the capacity that's required in the area is mostly below what we have right there. Property owners that live along 80th, not all of them, some have requested the opportunity to present an alternative to the construction of 80th Street, which would involve the improvements to Cooper Road and 82nd Street. We'll be presenting the results of our traffic study along with a recap of where we are today with our planning that's been completed. We've got two maps that pretty much show what this one here shows the proposed extension on 80th Street. Right now, it basically starts right about here and would end right about there. So that's the area that's going to be the construction project for the extension of 80th. The little yellow dots that are indicated in here are relocation, or not relocations, those are trees that need to be removed along as part of this project. With this project, there's going to be sidewalks on both sides of 80th, along with street trees planted. There's a significant amount of pedestrian traffic that needs to move from east to west associated with Lance Middle School. 60th Street right here is an arterial. It's in the city of Kenosha. They have that at 2 lanes. Of course, it meets up with Highway 50 and it'll meet up with 85th Street, as 85th Street is widened to be able to carry more traffic. The work we've already completed on 60th, just north of 85th Street, is served to allow a lot of traffic to move to the south. That was difficult before. The requested alternative that's proposed by some residents on 80th